Today, we're taking a quick trip across all 50 states of the US. And for each one, I'll share a unique fact that might surprise you. Some are strange, some are fascinating, but all are real. Let's get started. Alabama. There's a store here that sells lost airline luggage. Every suitcase left unclaimed in US airports eventually ends up in one place: the Unclaimed Baggage Center in Scottsboro. Alaska. Alaska's coastline is longer than all the other US states combined. If you stretched it out, it would wrap around the planet 1.5 times. Arizona. Cutting down a saguaro cactus here can land you in jail. They were protected by law and can live over 200 years. Arkansas. You can dig for real diamonds at Crater of Diamonds State Park. And yes, people have actually found multi-carat gems there. California. California holds both the highest and lowest points in the continental US. Mount Whitney and Death Valley. Colorado. Every part of Colorado sits at least 1,000 meters above sea level, making it literally the highest average state in America. Connecticut doesn't have functioning county governments. They exist only on paper. Delaware still divides its land using a British-era system called hundreds. It's like time travel in real estate law. Florida. It is the only continental state with coral reefs, and they were home to some of the most endangered species in the US. Georgia once banned ice cream cones on Sundays. The reason? They thought it encouraged sinful pleasure. Thankfully, that law is gone. Hawaii grows coffee, cacao, and vanilla, the only state that can grow all 3 tropical crops commercially. Idaho. The town of Island Park has the longest main street in America, 33 miles long, even though the town itself is tiny. Illinois. The first skyscraper ever built in the world, the Home Insurance Building, was constructed in Chicago in 1885. Indiana. Indiana is home to the largest children's museum on the planet. It's bigger than some theme parks. Iowa. Iowa is the only state bordered by 2 major rivers, the Mississippi on the east and the Missouri on the west. Kansas. A scientific study once proved that Kansas is flatter than a pancake. Statistically true. Kentucky. Beneath Kentucky lies the world's longest cave system, Mammoth Cave, with over 400 miles explored. Louisiana. About 98% of the world's crawfish come from Louisiana. That's why it's the crawfish capital of the planet. Maine. Maine is the only state with a 1-syllable name. Simple, short, and sharp. Maryland. Every lake in Maryland is man-made. Not a single natural lake exists there. Massachusetts. The first American lighthouse was built in Boston Harbor in 1716, and it is still operating today. Michigan. Michigan has the longest freshwater coastline in the world, thanks to the Great Lakes. Minnesota. The first open heart surgery in the US happened in Minnesota, in a small hospital with no modern equipment at the time. Mississippi. The world's first human lung transplant was performed here, in Jackson, in 1963. Missouri. Missouri is home to the most destructive tornado in US history, the Tri-State Tornado of 1925, which traveled over 200 miles. Montana. It is the only state that produces both platinum and palladium, 2 of the rarest metals on Earth. Nebraska. The world's largest indoor rainforest is inside Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo. Nevada. Nevada is the driest state in the US, but it's also home to more mountain ranges than any other state. New Hampshire. It has the shortest ocean coastline of any coastal state, just 13 miles long. New Jersey. New Jersey has the most diners in the world, over 500 of them. It's literally called the diner capital of the world. New Mexico. The world's first atomic bomb was detonated here in 1945, in a desert now known as the Trinity Site. New York. The first car license plate law in America started here in 1901. Drivers had to make their own plates by hand. North Carolina. The world's first powered flight by the Wright brothers took place in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. North Dakota, the town of Rugby. North Dakota marks the geographic center of North America. Ohio. The first traffic light in the world was installed in Cleveland in 1914. It had just red and green lights and was manually operated by a police officer using a switch inside a nearby booth. Oklahoma. Oklahoma has more man-made lakes than any other state. Over 200 of them. Oregon. Oregon has the deepest lake in the US, Crater Lake, formed in the collapsed remains of an ancient volcano. Pennsylvania, the world's first computer. ENIAC was built at the University of Pennsylvania in 1945. Rhode Island, it was the first colony to declare independence from Britain, even before the Declaration of Independence. South Carolina. The only large-scale commercial tea plantation in the US is in South Carolina. South Dakota, Mount Rushmore took 14 years to carve and almost looked completely different. The original plan included full-body sculptures. Tennessee, the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, is the longest-running live radio show in the world. Texas. Texas has its own independent power grid, separate from the rest of the US. Utah. Utah is one of only 3 states whose borders are perfectly straight lines of latitude and longitude. Vermont. Vermont was an independent republic for 14 years before joining the US in 1791. Virginia. 8 US presidents were born in Virginia, more than any other state. Washington. Seattle Space Needle was built in just 400 days for the 1962 World's Fair, and it was designed to withstand earthquakes. West Virginia. It's the only state created by splitting from another during the Civil War. Wisconsin. Wisconsin produces more cheese than any other state, about 3 billion pounds per year. Wyoming. Wyoming was the first state to give women the right to vote, all the way back in 1869. And that's it. 50 states, 50 surprising facts. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves random facts. Thanks for watching.